25 turnovers kind of just seemed to kill you guys.
Yeah, we talked about before the game. We got to take care of the basketball, and when you want to be a good offensive team, you just can't turn the ball over that many times. It's too hard to recover. I don't care if you have Michael Jordan, Shaq, everybody on the floor. Like, you turn the ball over 25 times, it's hard to win a game. And so, we just got to get guys used to playing with one another. But we just can't have the careless turnovers. Those are the ones that kill you. And we had it under control for a while, but now we got to get it back. And so, what do we got to do going back to the drawing board, or, starting from, basketball one-on-one. We just can't have those kind of turnovers. Can't have those nights. 25 turnovers is way too many. And so you're going to struggle to win games when you do that. But defensively, I thought we did some good things, defensively, but just offensively, like, just getting to our right spots, getting to our next actions, taking care of the basketball. We got to get back to doing that.
You guys held them to 48% shooting, 108 points. Today's NBA not bad. Like, was it just the turnovers were so overwhelming that you couldn't overcome that?
Yeah, I mean, it's 25 possessions, you don't get a shot. Like, it's tough, and so for me, I mean, it's just for everybody. We just got to make sure we just doing the right things offensively and just being solid. No home run plays, spinning and behind the back and trap. Like, those are things you got to eliminate, because it's going to be 10, 11 turnovers just because the other team's playing and they're playing good defense. But 25 turnovers, that's way too many.
Andrew.
The 25 turnovers don't allow your defense to usually get set, so that puts them in a hard position. But even when you have been in a sort of half-court defensive situation tonight, what did you find was lacking that helped Minnesota kind of get back in the game?
I thought the baseline cuts when they ran pick and roll, that little short action, getting behind the defense, a couple of layups, and then it also created some offensive rebounds when we lost our guy, lost sight of the guy, sneaking on the baseline side. And then I just thought, we wanted to have our low man pulled in on Rudy all night, and we were late a few times on that. And he's able to finish with a couple of dunks, a couple of and-ones instead of wrapping them up.
There was a late possession. Russ took the shot. Was there? Can you walk me through what kind of the intent of what you're hoping for?
Well, I mean, yeah, PG had the ball in his hands, and then we got to Russ. And then, like I said, we was down 5, with a minute. And then I didn't want to really burn my last time out because we probably needed for a need 3. But I mean, those are situations where we have to get better. And those are the areas we gotta, be smart, make sure we getting a good shot, and who we want to get the basketball to. And so that's on me too, because we haven't really had a chance to work late game with the team that we have right now. But we should be smart enough to know where we want to get the ball to and how we want to do it. Just can't be sporadic. Just got to slow down, get to who we want the ball to get to, and get to our spacing. But it's something for us to continue to keep learning. It's only been 3 games. Only the first game with Zoo, with everybody playing. So it's going to take a little time, So we've seen some great glimpses offensively, and then tonight we've seen some great glimpses defensively, but now we got to put it all together.
And Ty, obviously you're harping on turnovers again, but now you guys got to get ready to go on the road and deal with Sacramento and obviously Golden State. Obviously you guys can't turn the ball over in their buildings. What do you do, obviously, to try your best to try and fix that? Because with Russ there, he's playing with a pace, obviously. Yeah. So guys are trying to keep up with him. Early in the game, guys are running because they know off misses, makes or misses, Russ is going to go. So, but what do you do to keep everybody involved and try to eliminate those turnovers to where you guys can get shots?
I think with Russ, like, we want him to play at that pace. We want him to be aggressive, getting to the paint, and creating shots for other guys. And so he's going to have a few turnovers here and there. Like, that's just part of the game, But we just can't, like I said, we can't have a careless turnover. The live ball turnover when guys are getting dunks and layups uncontested. We got to be better with that. And so, we are one of the better teams on the road, So got 2 big games coming up, so we got to be ready to play.
Ty, because of how many playable guys that you have and how deep the team is, do you think that in a way could lead to the excess of turnovers? Because when guys do get on the floor, they're trying to, in their minutes, try to do too much?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that yesterday. It could play a part, and everyone wants to show they can score, they can be creative and get something done, but we really don't need that. I mean, if you watched our last 2 games, we scored 300 points in 2 games, 2 games. So just take it what the defense gives you, not rushing, not playing frantic, just taking our time. And so that's going to come. But like you said, guys are trying to do a little too much just to try to stay on the floor when you have this deep of a team. But we shouldn't feel that way.
Ty, it looked like
it looked like there were points in the game where you had Zoo and Plumlee out at the same time. What was the thinking behind trying to steal those minutes? I guess going small and where can you think be better there?
Well, first we've had success going small with Gobert on the floor in the past, and then with Nas Reed, he's really not a 5. Like he's more of a 4. He can shoot the 3-point shot. He can put the ball on the floor. He can attack. So just thinking of just trying to switch and just keep him out of triggers would be good for us. And I thought it was okay. And then with Zoo, of course, on the minute restriction, we couldn't play him too many minutes.
Not just tonight, but the perimeter defense for the season, has that been up to the level that you want it to be as a team?
No, we have to be better.
We have to be.
The one-on-one challenge, I think, every night, has been tough for us. And, just taking the challenge one-on-one guarding the basketball so we don't have to overcommit to low man. Now you pulling in, you cracking back, they spraying it out. Now you got threes, or they drive another closeout and putting pressure on your defense. And so we got to be better, with our strengths. I know a lot of times we're telling our guys to try to keep the ball out of the great players' hands, but for the most part, we got to get back, get our shell defense, get guys in position, and then build our way out.
Last one, Drew.
Ty, I know Marcus has been so important for what Kawhi and PG have been able to do just with his spacing, just kind of a shooting slump for him the last few games. Do you just think that's just with his legs being a little tired at this point of the season, or kind of what have you seen from him over the last couple of games?
Yeah, it could be, and, I got to do a better job of, keeping him involved in that mid-post area, getting to his spots, and so I got to do a better job with that as well. But, he hasn't been shooting the basketball well, but like tonight, a couple of deflections from behind, a couple of steals, and just trying to do other things to impact the game. And so, when you're not making shots, you do have to do other things, and I thought he tried to do that tonight.
Thanks.
Let's get ready for Hoop Jab.